Well, we just stopped at our parking spot here and got a problem. Our main entry door has two locks, has a deadbolt and the lock for the handle. And you can see we're stuck. Something in the deadbolt component is broken, but the deadbolt is not retracting. I tried on both sides, the outside with a key, but it seems like the linkage from this to the deadbolt disconnected because the deadbolt is still in there and we're stuck. So thankfully we do have a Class C and we can use the front doors, but let's go ahead and fix this. And here's the problem from the outside. So the handle is fine, but you can see the door, it wiggles and I can't get it open. The deadbolt is stuck, and I've tried using this key which activates the deadbolt, and you can feel it moving in there, but it's completely stuck. So we're going to take the door apart from the inside and see if we can get to this. Very important to have one of these tool kits. So I have one of these. I have a screwdriver with all the different bits you can put on here, and in this container I have all the different typical parts, like the star or the Torx bits, all the Phillips bits, and I guess the square drives as well. But if you look here, we'll start here. I don't know if I can get to the actual part without the door opening, but we're going to take this apart. Let me go ahead and open this, and I'll show you what it's like once I get it all open. Alright, I got the door hardware open. It's going to be hard because I have a lot of bright... Let me close this. It's going to be a little bit hard to see here, but I have this hardware open here, and this is the deadbolt component. You can see how I butchered my finger here, but way in the back here, yeah, it's going to be really hard to see, but that's the deadbolt right there. Looks like I just need to grab it with some kind of pin and pull it out. So this wire right here, yeah, it's a hook, and that hook is supposed to be hooked to the, probably has a spring on it, and it's supposed to be attached to that hole, and it basically grabs it and pulls it in when you turn this. It's like, I can grab it. Oh, there we go. See, it's stuck right there. I'm just gonna keep having to go back and forth on this for a while. Alright, I've been physically cutting the deadbolt with this hacksaw. I have a really dull blade, but I've been cutting it for the last 20 minutes. Hard to see on here, but I'm just about through. So I probably have about 5 more minutes of sawing and pounding on this, and I should have this deadbolt removed. I'll show you after I'm done.
If you can open the door.
There we go. There's the deadbolt.
Oh my gosh.
There's the piece that was bent. Okay, now we should be able to open the door. Okay, I finally got it. I ended up cutting this deadbolt off completely. Took a good 20 minutes of sawing with a hacksaw, but I got it. So we got the door physically open. I lost the other half of that deadbolt in between the door, so I'm sure that's going to be another item that rattles, but this will give me a good excuse to do my next or part 2 mod and change out this lock. So we'll see you in the part 2. Alright, I'm at home now. I ended up taking the door apart, took the outside handle off completely, bought a new deadbolt here up on top, and this is the old deadbolt. This is the one I cut off. I never ended up finding the other piece, but looking at this now, I think what happened was the deadbolt was out in a partial position, and somebody closed the door, and it ended up hitting the strike plate here, and it ended up bending this a little bit. And what that caused, let me show you on the inside here. So I have the handle on the workbench here, and if you look at it closely, that piece right there, that is the piece. It's like a little J hook, and it's a hook that basically catches on here, and that piece is bent. I don't know why. It looks like somebody maybe had messed with this before. I don't know if this was done at the factory or at the dealer, but that bent J hook right there ended up popping out of this hole here. So the deadbolt got stuck. It basically got captured. So it basically got captured here, and this J hook got stuck or disconnected from this. So there's no way for me to open that door without cutting it off. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm going to go ahead and put this back in. I did go on the manufacturer's website. Now this is, either though this is a Trimark hardware, if you go on the PTL Engineering, if you have one of these types of door handles, go on the PTL Engineering website, and they have a lot of tutorials on how to fix this, and one of them was actually fixing a bent J hook. So this must be a common item, but we're going to go ahead and replace this. I don't think I'll bore you with that's really the end of the video. I don't think I'm going to bore you with putting this back together. You just do the opposite. The one thing I may have a part 2 in the future where I replace this entire hardware. This is a very common door hardware, like in the Winnebago Echo. This is also on, I think, the older Views as well. And the door that I have is specifically PTL Engineering. And they have 2 thicknesses, 1.5 inches and 2 inch. I have the 2-inch door. So the bad thing with this door hardware specifically, if this does ever happen to you, obviously you can get trapped in your RV. And I know a lot of motorhomes, Class A motorhomes, have this type of hardware. So you do want to know how all these function, and I don't think you ever want to get trapped in an RV and use that emergency window. Those emergency windows are really hard to get out of. So get familiar with your door hardware. Go on the PTL Engineering website and check all their videos, and that will give you a good tutorial of what type of hardware you have. And like I mentioned, there's some aftermarket support on getting different type of hardware, especially the electronic type. So I may have a part 2 video in the future on this, may not, but that's the end of this video.